Alright guys, so what I'm about to show you is very real and very cool. And it's the power of monthly recurring revenue. $30. So that is monthly recurring revenue, and we're gonna go a little bit deeper into how that shit works. Alright guys, I got my white monster and it's 10 a.m. so I really gotta lock the fuck in because I can't believe I'm drinking monster at 10 a.m. But anyways, I'm gonna turn my notifications off and we're gonna start drawing and explaining monthly recurring revenue to any of you who aren't actively doing it. So before I got into the monthly recurring revenue game, or like the subscription game, I really didn't understand monthly recurring revenue, and I thought it was gonna be really easy to get into. But it's actually significantly, I think, harder to do a subscribe and save basis or subscribe and save model, MRR model, whatever, versus a straight sale model. And we're talking about a few things that you, as you know, the consumer of this video, probably don't understand yet if you're looking to get an MRR. And so let's just dive into it. This video is gonna be pretty short. Again, I don't know too much about monthly recurring yet. You know, this is like my first week of actually getting the second batches of orders to come through. So I'm also very new to this myself, but we're gonna explain some cool things. So there's three main things that I understand so far about monthly recurring, and that's gonna be your opt-in rate, opt-in. Then you're gonna have your authorization rate, which is the one I would really want to hit on today, and then you have your churn. And I only really have experience with the opt-in and the auth rate because it takes a little bit of time to really see what your churn is, because that is the amount of people, let's say out of, you have 100 orders every single day that come through. Okay, so you have 100 orders that just went through in your monthly recurring. How many of those 100 people are going to churn? And how many of them are going to refund, request a refund, or email you, or whatever, or chargeback, whatever. I actually don't know if chargeback is in that, but refund, right? And so you have to understand, when you're doing a monthly recurring revenue model, it isn't one of those where you can't have a customer support VA and you can just ditch the emails. Like, I know a lot of people watching this video come from many different scenarios, whether you're doing 100 orders a day, 300 orders a day, or whether you're in the trenches of dropshipping. Okay, there's a lot of people watching this video, and I think a lot of people also neglect customer support that are on the lower end of that, whereas the people who are on the upper end, of course, understand how important it is for the back end. Like, you might spend $200, $300 a month on your VA, or I spend like $400 to $500 because I use an agency, but you spend that money to actually get a return on your money, because if you don't have it, you're gonna lose money from all the refunds and the chargebacks that they're gonna, or you're actually going to lose money from all the chargebacks. So your churn is basically how many people refund or request a refund or whatever. And so let's say 10 people of those 100 want a refund. That is a 10% churn for your first month. Okay. Now, as we talked about in monthly recurring revenue, this is monthly, right? This is monthly recurring. So there's different churn rate estimations for month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5. By a general rule of thumb. Also, I'm sorry if there's loud noise in the background. I'm getting construction done on my house, but for a general rule of thumb, if you have someone that stays past the month 1 mark, they're going to be less likely to churn on month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, and so on, because they're more than likely going to be somebody who is happy with your product. Most of the churn is going to happen on the first month. Okay, sweet. So now that we have churn out of the way, let's just say on average, let's just look at like a worst case scenario basis. You're gonna have a 33% churn your very first month. Okay, and that's if you're doing the Rise model, which is Rise, RYZE, or if you look up like everyday dose, everyday, I'm sorry for my spelling, everyday dose, or if you look up like Marsmen, you're gonna have this bad of a churn because they're doing something which is 100% opt-in. Okay, and that's where they have no one-time purchase option. They only give you the ability to subscribe and save, or just subscribe. There is no saving here because you're 100% opt-in. And Some of you might be a little bit confused about that. Some of you don't really understand what Blackhat MRR is. This is not Blackhat MRR. Blackhat MRR is when you like don't ship out the product and you are like, okay. So I'm not gonna explain Blackhat in this video, but maybe I can explain it. Okay, Blackhat MRR is obviously Blackhat is the black area, so it's like don't do this. It's like illegal, and it's FTC non-compliant, so don't do this, guys. But it's like when you subscribe somebody into your monthly recurring and you do like a VIP checkout and they just don't get sent the product. And they get a VIP club membership and it's pre-checked, pre-selected, all these things. Don't do that. This is not the same thing. Rise and Everyday Dose and Marsman, this is not Blackhat. This is where they actually send out the product and they have a 100% opt-in rate. And I feel like I'm kind of jumping all over the place, so I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense. Just please watch me. I'm still a noob to all this shit. But basically, please stick with me here. You're going to have a 33% churn if you're doing a 100% opt-in. Worst case scenario, like you have 33% churn, okay? So that's going to be your first month, okay, on average. Now, like, you might have, like, a month two, like, 12%, and then, like, 12%, whatever. You really can't estimate these cohorts until you actually get the data, and that's why I don't want to talk about churn, because I don't have that data for my demographic yet, and I'm not qualified to really talk about it. But when you have a 100% opt-in, like Marsmen, you're going to have a higher churn rate. It's just what's going to happen, right? So then what I really want to talk about is your opt-in and your authorization rate. Now your opt-in is like, let's say, how many people out of 100 actually opt in to do your subscribe and save, right? Actually choose to do a subscription-based model, okay? Now, obviously, you would assume it's going to be less than 100 because not everybody wants to do subscribe and save. It's just not something everybody wants to do. So if you're going to have like a one-time purchase option right here, where it's pre-selected on the one-time purchase, which means that they're just buying it one time, and then you're gonna have subscribe and save down here, sub and save. And this is not selected, right? It's not selected yet. You're obviously going to have a really low opt-in rate because most people just want to buy one time. So for here, you can assume it's going to be like 20%, right? Like most people are just going to buy the one-time purchase, right? But what you're seeing a lot of people do right now using like Loop or Kaching or Seal subscriptions is they are actually having the subscribe and save pre-checked, which is what PetLab Co is doing. And this is why PetLab Co is able to scale on a less than 1 ROAS, because their opt-in rate for subscribe and save is like 70 to 80%. Because of this, they're able to scale knowing that there's profit in the back end. So your opt-in rate is how many people out of 100 actually opt into your subscription. Now, if you're doing like a pre-check subscribe and save like this, it's going to be anywhere from 70 to 90%. This is what you're going to see on average. Now, it really depends on the UI, the way you make it look. Like if like there's a lot of people that run like the volume offer where you have like 4 things to buy, and then you have the subscribe and save pre-check down here like that, and you're obviously going to have a higher thing because people aren't really noticing it. Some people are even putting the pre-checked above it, and you're going to have a higher opt-in there. But all this is kind of fishy and scammy techniques to get monthly recurring revenue. And it's just like you're kind of gaming the system there, which all this, to my understanding, is compliant. But this more talks about ethics and all of that shit, which I don't really want to get into in this video. I just want to talk about monthly recurring revenue because that's what I'm interested in. But I'm always going to tell you guys the truth about this model, and I want you to be very safe and do your fucking knowledge and all that shit before you get into it. But 70-90% is on average what people do because they do check the subscribe and save. It's like, hey, we want you to order the subscribe and save. You're going to benefit from this product long term, and you're going to save on it, right? So like if you're buying a supplement or like a product for your pet that they're going to need month after month after month, it's refillable, replenishable, consumable, etc., then we want them to buy it month after month, and so that's why it's going to be pre-checked. Now your opt-in rate, just like this, is going to be 70-90%, and this is what I would say most people are doing. You are never really, like, unless you're like a huge brand, you're unlikely to be running subscribe and save where it's one-time purchase and pre-selected. The only reason you'd really be doing this is if you're like really fucking scaled up and you want to have a lower opt-in rate knowing that your churn and authorization rates will be higher. Because if somebody, let's say your one-time purchase isn't checked, OTP, and your subscribe and save is checked, I mean, let's say this is checked, okay, and you're like this is already checked, but someone will have to go down here to then click the subscribe and save. If they click this, you can bet your ass that they're going to stay on that subscription for a while, right? And so that would be the argument to like, no, I want the one-time purchase, because if someone clicks subscribe and save, they're going to want my product for a long period of time, right? So that is why a big brand would do that. But that is opt-in rate, and what you're going to see on average is 70 to 90%. I'm going to pull up a website example actually, because I realize I can actually show you guys shit instead of just drawing. So let me pull that up. Alright guys, so now here we are on my Shopify, and as you can see, that is a cool looking fucking chart where it's just $950 out of nowhere. And what's really good about this is that a lot of that is profit, because you really don't have your cost of goods and you have your refunds that you're going to give off that. And also because I'm selling a product that people really like, the chargebacks are really low. And just to address the elephant in the room, yes, my chart is very depressing, and my returning customer rate is 85% today because my ads were off all of this morning, and I just turned them back on. So please do not, please don't make fun of me for my ugly chart. I know. And also yesterday, my ads were off yesterday. They were off during all of Labor Day because I was using a top-up ad account and I forgot to top up my funds, and it was during the weekend and Labor Day. So when I couldn't send funds because ACH was down. So please do not make fun of me. I understand. I'm very silly. But anyways, this is what's very cool about monthly recurring. And what I was supposed to do is actually show you guys a website. Alright guys, here we are now on a website called Lenoria, where they are selling pumpkin seed oil, which is just a TikTok shop rip. And it's also kind of cool is I have this software that like shows if he's scaling or whatever, and this guy's really scaled down. Like it's called Trend Track. I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to use it. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I use their service. And you can also see like all the landing pages they have, whatever, and all the ads that they have active. But this guy's a TikTok shop rip, and I can see that he's scaling up like 10,000 monthly visitors. We can assume he's doing at least 100K a month right now. And also, this is accurate. Like, I've tested it on my own stores. I've tested it on people's stores that are scaling, whatever. Anyways, we can see he's doing this volume offer that I was mentioning, and it's pre-checked down here. And this is the opt-in rate that I'm telling you. When you have it down here, he's going to have a really high opt-in rate, roughly 90% if I had to guess. And that's because if we use like an extension responsive viewer I like to use, you can see it's pretty, like, it kind of fits in here, save more. Like, you aren't really seeing the, like, this, right? Like, you just kind of scroll down, you're on the product page, whatever. You're like, okay, this is the bestseller suite, I'm going to add it to cart. And you don't really see that thing down there that is like save more with automatic refills. And then on the contrary, like, imagine if this is not selected. If we went down here, we're like, oh, we can save more with automatic refills, let me turn it on. That would be a lower opt-in rate because obviously you have to opt in. If it's pre-checked like this, opt-in rate is going to be higher. And now I'm going to show you guys what like the Mars Manor everyday dose looks like. Okay, so quickly we're going to show you the WeTrack. You can see that these guys are fucking scaled up. 1 million plus visitors this month, and like look, 90,300K, 1.3 million is crazy. Like, that means these guys are doing multi 7, if not easy 8 figures a month, like easy 8 figures a month actually. And also I'm noticing that they changed their offer, and I think that's why they're able to scale so quickly right now. But we're going to click the responsive viewer and show you guys just what this looks like. It's like, this is their current offer. And also, if you're wondering what this page was built on, like, you're like, oh, I've never seen like a Shopify look like this. This is actually using a Shopify app called Replo or Gem Pages, and it's called a page builder. And as you can see, this is the page that they're sending you to, the 30-day supply starter kit. This is also what you use to build like the pre-landers, like advertorials and listicles and etc. But try it now. Refill ships in 30 days. Change or cancel anytime. Fast free shipping with first order. By default, you receive a 30-day supply every 30 days. So then you can see like, okay, look, so many free gifts. And this is a really good offer. This is something I'm actually I might even consider changing my product image to a better offer, whatever. But really strong offer. And then you can see when you go to the checkout here, let's hope I block my address out. Reoccurring subtotal $59.99 every 30 days. So yeah, that is what the monthly recurring looks like on the Shopify side. And obviously Marsmen would have a higher churn because they have 100% opt-in. So that's opt-in rate. I hope I gave you guys some sauce or some information. I don't know if that's sauce, but I hope it gave you guys some information. The next thing I want to talk about is authorization rate, which is fucking hell for me. Because I am a silly boy, and we're gonna explain authorization rate really simply for you guys, so you know what to do getting into monthly recurring and not being a stupid idiot like me. So basically, we're gonna have some people here, and we're gonna try to not be racist. But basically, we have these two people here. One of them, all right, they're both smiling. One of them is rich as fuck. They got 1M in the bank. The other one is broke. Okay, he's got like 30 bucks. Okay. Now we got the bank down here, all right? This is the credit card company or the bank. I don't know the difference. I think they're the same thing, right? All right, this is the bank. And they're all about money. Money, 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 money. And basically, when you make a payment, these guys both have credit cards. Again, I'm sorry for the background noise, but both these guys have credit cards. And I don't know why I drew the credit card like that. Anyways, when this guy goes on Mars Men website, okay, and they're like, fuck, I need to get my testosterone up from Mars Men, let's fucking go, and they buy it, right? So let's say they buy the first time and draw it in green. All right, Mars Men, $60 transaction. Mars Men, $60 transaction, whatever. Okay, this was 30 days ago. Again, excuse my drawing. This was 30 days ago. It's about time for Marsman to recharge them and ship it out again. So this guy, his bank automatically, his credit card automatically charges, because that's what is enabled on the Shopify, and automatically goes through. Shit, let's go. That, like, authorization approved. $60 transaction is good. But this guy over here is poor, and he's using like Afterpay. He's using like Klarna. He has a bad credit score, CS. He's a bad credit score, whatever. So when he goes to make this purchase, the bank is like, declined, declined, and it doesn't approve his transaction, doesn't authorize, authorization rate, okay? And so on average, the authorization rate in like the supplement industry, which is most of the time where monthly recurring payments are coming from, is anywhere from 70 to 85%. Now, don't try to coin the system here, and when you get into MRR, be like, oh, like, I'm selling to rich white old ladies, my authorization rate's gonna be 95%. Like, it's not going to be that, okay? It's just not. Just give yourself a 70%. Assume you're going to be at 70%, okay? I just need you to assume you're gonna be at 70%. Now, the problem is when I'm selling to my demographic, I'm selling to this motherfucker, because I saw a gap in the market, and I was like, oh shit, let me sell to this guy. Or this woman, whoever I'm selling to, they, them, whatever. Okay. And my authorization rate is 48%, which, as you can guess, is less than 48% is less than 70%, which means I'm less than the industry average. Okay. So when I have my monthly recurring come through, we're going to look at August 3rd, which was $1,956 with 55 orders, okay? When we look at September 3rd, we only had 29 orders go through, right? So 29 divided by 55 is a 52% authorization rate. So 52% on today was a lot less than 70, which just means it's going to be harder for me to succeed in the monthly recurring model unless, this is my theory, unless churn will be a lot less. Because again, I am doing the opt-in of 70 to 90%, which is not 100%. If it's 100%, my churn will be higher. So there are people who see the box that are ticked and they're like, fuck, like, shit, okay, I do want to subscribe and save. I do want to keep it subbed. Like, I want to make sure I get this every month, right? And that's, I'd say, roughly around half. I think around half don't notice. But that is also just the game of monthly recurring revenue. And that is what everyone is doing. And I don't want, like, also, like, I am I want to be someone who can just like speak on YouTube and just tell you guys like what's actually going on. That is just what's going on in the monthly recurring revenue space. Now let's talk about Blackhat, just so I get you guys really fucking understanding what is going on. And I want to say real quick before we get into this, do not do this. And I'm only sharing this information because I don't want people going to jail. I've seen way too many people that I know that I can no longer associate myself with because they were, one, no shipping, and two, they started doing BH, MRR, which is bad. And not only is it bad ethically, this is bad in the sense that you might go to jail. I have heard about the FBI is starting to crack down on people who are no shipping. And also the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, if you guys don't know what that is cracking down on people who are doing the Blackhat MRR. So, do not do that, and I'm going to explain why. Alright guys, I know I said I was just going to pull up the websites, but first I want to have a quick conversation with all of you watching this video. I know there's a lot of you that are really excited to see what I'm about to show you, and there's a lot of you who are like, Ben, why are you showing people this? For the 1% of people that are mad at me showing this on the internet, I want you to understand that when you have a platform like this, you can either decide to be good or be bad, and I want to be the person who is good, and I want to show you what's actually going on in e-com, and I want to explain to you why a lot of people are getting into e-com and why they're not able to succeed is because people with malintentions are doing bad things that are making the game uneven and unfair. So I'm going to show you what Blackhat MRR is, and I'm going to show you real life examples kind of as a treat of making it this far in the video. And I also want to quickly say, one, like the video, two, don't do any of the following. Like, again, like, there's a lot of young people that get into the money space that think that there aren't any consequences, that think they can get away with not paying tax, that think they can get away with like you think because, oh, I come from a really shitty situation, I just need to make money as quick as I can and then I'll figure it out in the later, like in the future. And even like Scott Hilsey was talking about this. I was listening to a podcast of him yesterday where he's talking about a lot of people that get into the ecom game that are young just want to make money, and they don't really think about the repercussions. They don't think about what's going to happen after they run up a mill or two. They're like, oh shit, like what now? After you scam thousands of people, don't do what I'm about to show you. And obviously it's a bad thing, and I don't want to be persecuted as the person showing you. Like, I really don't want to be persecuted, so that's why I'm having trouble actually, like, should I show people this? But I'm going to. And again, I can go on and on about the reasons not to do this. If you genuinely do this, like if you genuinely consider doing this, I want you to unsubscribe from my channel. I want you never to pull up another Ben Pachani video again. And I want you genuinely to look yourself in the mirror and understand who the fuck you are, because you're a piece of shit. So let's go ahead and go into what Blackhat MRR is. Alright guys, so we are currently on a Blackhat MRR website, which is Get Clario Home, and I think it's just a general store. But anyways, we can add it to the cart, and I'm going to show you what is Blackhat about this. So right here is the VIP portal, which is going to tell you you are getting billed $49.99 a month, and they're not going to ship you out anything. And it's just to buy, you need to buy this. Like, there's no way not to buy this. Well, I think maybe you can click. Oh no, you can't. This is really Blackhat. This is Claro, really Blackhat, and they're using a CRM, which is a customer relationship manager, called Checkout Champ, and that's how they set all of this up. Okay, so now I've put in my information above, like my shipping information, my name, all that shit, and I put in a random credit card number, and if I just click complete purchase, it's going to authorize, and it's going to bring me to these insane post-purchase upsells. Just, this is like insane shit. So it's like, yes, complete checkout, and then it just more post-purchase, yes, complete. It's just super aggressive. It doesn't even show you how much it costs. Save thousands, just claim gift. Free shipping, just pay $27.95 each. And this is each. This is probably like 3 of them. Elliot risk-free for only $27.95 per unit. It doesn't even tell you how many you're gonna order. Yes, please, just give me it. So imagine if you're a mom, or a grandma, or whatever, and you're just on this website and you're here to order it. regular price $149.95. Now it's just $24.99 each. You buy 3 of them. No, I don't want to add it. All right, this one you don't want. And this funnel just keeps going. Wait, it doesn't even let me click no. It doesn't even let you click no. Oh my god, is that real? Okay, wait. Okay, maybe it was just the extension I was using, but all of these, yes, just keep adding them. Keep adding them. This is the worst. Like lifetime warranty, please, yes, I need it. And then maybe package porch? No, there wasn't. Okay, so now you get to the thank you page, and they comp $413 transaction. 411, sorry. Now that's just a crazy post-purchase funnel plus Blackhat. I'm gonna show you guys purely just Blackhat now, and let me go to Alpha Aura. Okay guys, unfortunately I have a lot of Blackhat funnels that like I have access to, like websites. The problem is it is like your favorite content creator's website, and I don't want to get fucking like just destroyed in the industry. Like I don't want all of them to hate me, so I can't show them. But it's literally like your favorite content creator, YouTuber's website. That's their funnel, and I would show you, but they're gonna see this video too, and they're gonna get really pissed off at me. So I'm not going to show it because I'm a little bit scared, to be honest. I'm still in the fucking depths of the trenches, and I don't want to get blacklisted from ever getting out of the trenches. So we're gonna show something that's a little bit less Blackhatty, which is Fabletics. The most insane thing about this website is that you're gonna notice if you go on Fabletics, I'd invite you to go on there. You have to answer this fucking quiz. Like you can try whatever you want. You are not getting out of this quiz. Okay, so now I've created my account for Fabletics. And also, guys, I want you to remember that this website was sued for $250 million. Recently, a $250 million settlement was made against Fabletics. So do not do any of the following. But let's say you have this, right? And the non-member price, this is the main thing here. Non-member price is $54.95. VIP add to bag, right? So normal, right? It's just like, oh, I'm just gonna add to the bag. And we're gonna go here. I just like to look at the mobile extension. These softwares should really give me like insane affiliates, like this mobile viewer thingy. I don't know if they make money. They probably mine your data. All right, VIP add to bag, right? Limited time offer $10.98, or a non-member $54.95, whatever. Okay, but you don't really see that. You see this, so you add this to cart, and I think they added that after they got sued for $250 million, where they reached a settlement. Okay, so what you're gonna see is in the cart, not new member exclusive $58. Oh, they don't even have a way to turn it off. They used to have a way that you could just turn off the member thing. So now you check out, and they might have a multi-step checkout. Oh no, they have all the upsells. This shit's just crazy. Okay, like continue checkout, please. Okay, Fabletics VIP membership. So you're saving $126 with VIP. If you do not skip by the 5th, credit card will be charged $69.95 for the 6th of membership credit until you cancel. So this is more of like the gray hat area of Fabletics, but I mean they reached a $250 million settlement with this. So yeah, it's called Bateman versus Fabletics, and 250 million. Where's the settlement? Million. 2 million loyal members. Okay, so wait, it was like the $250 million settlement, but 2 million members at $59.95 a month. Okay, so let's do the math here. Because they aren't shipping anything out, $59.95 is profit. Okay, it's like a monthly membership fee where you get like in-store credit, but like let's just pretend it's profit. Okay, so it's $59.95 times 2 million. Okay. Wait. Sorry. So first we're gonna do 2 million. It's 200,000 times the authorization rate, which we're going to assume is 72%. On the low end, I think for Fabletics, it's pretty good. 1,444,000 times 69.95 times, we're going to assume 0.8, 20% churn. How much is that a month? 400. 80 million a month. 80 million profit a month of in-store credit on a pretty conservative basis, bro. I want you guys to understand, when you are getting into dropshipping now, this is the people that you're competing with. People that are able to just run these offers. And like, I would pull up all these websites, but I honestly just don't want to get like fucking blacklisted from like everybody. But your favorite influencer, your favorite guy on Twitter that's flexing their 100K day, they're doing that unprofitable on the front end, right? And I think the space is going to be changing because the FTC is cracking down on it. But it's just pretty fucking disgusting what's going on. And I'm going to show you guys one more Blackhat funnel. Let me just find one more. Okay, so we've made it to alphaora.com, which is the last Blackhat funnel I'm going to show you guys. We add to the cart. We check out. And you're going to see how you can tell it's Blackhat or that it's on a CRM is instead of shop.alpha.com, like a normal Shopify website, it's going to be something like XYZ, whatever, .alphaora.com. And then you're going to see the Alpha Rewards Club down here, right? And you're going to be billed $29.99 after signing up. You can cancel at any time. But this is pre-checked and you don't see it. So like when you go like this and you go to pay, right? Limited time offer or whatever, you aren't going to see this unless you actually go down here. So what also makes me very happy about making a video like this is that most of you guys won't be able to do this because you need like a third-party payment processor, and you have to do like a lot of order volume in order to get that. Like you have to have like multi-hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of order volume to actually get on a third-party payment processor. So you need a third-party payment processor to run shit like this because, again, it is not allowed. All right, so I'm not actually gonna go through the post-purchase funnel. I just want to show you guys that is like, this was like a pre-checked, right? Like pre-checked VIP checkout, Blackhat MRR. This is what that is. You're gonna get charged $29.99 every month after signing up. They're not gonna ship you out anything. This is Blackhat. This is how people are able to scale unprofitably because they make money in the back end because they're scamming fucking moms or grandmothers who have no idea that they're getting charged $30 every month. And this goes a lot deeper to like, they changed the payment descriptor to something like like they'll change it to like sorry, there's so much background noise right now. They changed the payment descriptor to like something like star BX, so it's like Starbucks, and then like all this shit, or like they'll use even like somebody. I was like they're like the devil. What they're gonna do is they'll find a random person over here and he'll like pay him to like create an LLC under his name, and then he'll send it to him, and then he will send that to the merchant identifier, and like the bank, and then I fucked that up. Anyways, they'll send it to the bank, and then they'll send him the mid, which is like what allows you to process payments, and then he's gonna do the Blackhat shit under this guy's name. And he's going to get none of the penalty because it's under Gary. It's under Gary's name. Anyways, guys, this video is just me speaking off the top of my head. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, and you are scaling up, like you're at least 50 orders a day, then feel free to apply to work down below to work with my fulfillment company. I don't have a mentorship. I don't have an info offer. And what I have to sell you is a service of fulfillment. So if your private supplier or private agent or whatever fulfillment company you're using sucks and your quote's bad and they're shipping late and you're having a ton of lost parcels, then use the Typeform application down below to work with my fulfillment company. I genuinely believe we are the best in the game. We have an all-American team working in China. We have the best communication. We have access to every single shipping line you could ever want, and we will almost always beat your quote. And if we don't beat your quote, then don't work with us, or you can choose to work with us with a worse quote if you want better communications, whatever. Every fulfillment company has the same selling points. It's a race to the bottom. Who can beat the best quote, whatever, but it goes deeper than that. There's trust, there's communication, and you need that when you're working with somebody, when you're scaling past 50, 100 orders a day minimum. Like, let's say you're doing 500 orders a day and you send a $250,000 wire payment, and then the fulfillment company doesn't send out any of the fucking orders, and they just run. If you want to work with my fulfillment company and you want to thank me for the information, then feel free to, 1, like the video, 2, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and then I know I'm asking for a lot, so you don't have to do all 3 of those. Just do the Typeform application down below. And yeah, I appreciate all of you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then do all the following. And again, please do not be a piece of shit person and do the Blackhat stuff. Also, you're not going to get accepted into a fucking bank that's going to allow that, so that's blessed. Anyways, peace out.